Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Mike. I thought I'd do a quick video on auto prices. I'm sure everyone knows or has heard that used car prices are basically going up across the board for anything reasonably new. I'm not in the market for anything right now, so I haven't really been paying attention. But I was on a couple of forums, Renlist and Tacoma World recently. I like to check in every once in a while just to see what's going on. But people have been really talking about how the prices for these things have really gone up. So I thought I'd just go through some sale sites and used car sale sites and some auction sites, just to look at the prices of two cars that I have, or two vehicles that I have: 2015 Tacoma and a 2010 GT3. Not the RS, just the regular GT3. And it's pretty crazy. If you look at these TRD Tacomas, I just put TRD in the search term, so this probably includes the sports sport models, the 4x4 models, or excuse me, the off-road models and the pro models. It's looking like these trucks are selling from anywhere from $30,000 to $35,000, depending on location and mileage. Just for a point of reference, I bought my 2015 TRD off-road with 60,000 miles on it in 2017, and I paid $26,000 for it, not including tax and all that, but 26 sticker. So it looks like, some of these trucks are listed for $10,000 over that, which is pretty crazy. I remember going to see a brand new 2017 model. I think it was the first model of the fourth gen, the third gen Tacoma, the one with the new headlights. And this is what they were asking brand new back then. So used Tacoma prices are already more expensive than new ones were just a couple of years ago, which is really crazy. So if you scroll down through here, it seems like the most expensive ones were around 35, 36. I don't personally think anyone would buy a Tacoma for that much money, but they're the median seems to be around 30, and this is a nationwide search. So I'm in Southern California, so that's going to be a little bit higher. But people are they're listing trucks in Florida for 36,000, up in Maine for 30,000, North Carolina for over 30,000. These aren't super expensive areas, but these trucks are really fetching a premium. So I thought that was interesting. I guess that makes me pretty happy that I decided to get a truck a few years back. And by the way, I don't have plans on ever selling that truck. It was cheap enough that unless something goes terribly wrong, I will never need to sell a $26,000 truck. Or a truck that I paid $26,000 for. And the newer trucks are just astronomically expensive. Like a brand new loaded Tacoma or 4Runner it's like $40,000, $50,000. So I think I'm pretty happy with my purchase, and I'm going to sit tight on mine, and I think a lot of other owners are too. So I don't think these prices will maintain forever, but I think in the short to medium term, there's definitely a chance that these could stay elevated for a while. Okay, so over to the GT3s. So I've got a 997 GT3, and I thought I'd bring a trailer to check out the prices. First thing I noticed was there are very few, if not zero, 997 GT3s that are currently for sale, and not too many have sold in recent months. I can only see a handful here, and like this one is just crazy. 2010 GT3 sold for $162,000. What is going on here? This does not have ceramics. It's also red, which is not the most desirable GT3 color. And it has 25,000 miles, so it's not a low mileage car, although it certainly isn't a high mileage car. Yeah, this one moved for $162,000 and 500. Yeah, 162,500. This is just crazy. So I bought my car also around 2020. I can't remember if it was 2016 or 2017, but I paid 120 for a CPO car at the dealership, and it was similarly spec'd to this. It has the same center locks. Yeah, pretty much the same options here. There aren't that many options on a GT3, but my car has carbon ceramics as well. So just like with my Tacoma, I'm very happy with my car. Oh, my car is also black. I'm very happy with my car, and I don't plan to sell it. In fact, I plan on keeping it forever. Although this is a much more expensive vehicle. So, you know, if something does go wrong, the first one to go is probably the expensive one to free up some cash. But I'm doing fine right now. So, and I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I don't have any plans to sell. And I just noticed there just aren't that many of these on the market. When I bought my car, there were at least a dozen listed for sale in my area, in the LA area. You know, and I went to a few dealerships and a couple of private parties, and finally just got a CPO one from the dealership because it seemed like the safest thing to do at the time. Didn't turn out that great of a deal, since I had to change the tires and get a new clutch within a couple thousand miles, but that's another story. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be very many of these things on the market, and the ones that are on the market are listed for very high dollar amounts. This RS 4.0 obviously is a very special car, so this doesn't really count, but you know, we got 997.1s selling for 147. My first GT3 was actually a 2007, just like this one. It had a very high miles, so it had 75,000 when I sold it, and I sold it for 80 grand back in the day. So yeah, maybe should have held on to that one. But yeah, I mean, you know, these 997.1s are obviously going up in value too. I mean, these two cars are not low mileage cars. They have, you know, they're drivers. They have 35,000 miles, and they're listing for, you know, what looks to be a median price of around 150, which is just huge. A huge improvement in price or appreciation in price over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Here's a 20. Okay, so here's a 997.2. This one does have kind of low miles. It's 10,000, and in Portland, and oh man, they want 190 for it. Pretty crazy. This one doesn't even have a price. These RSs are just going to shoot through the roof. I wouldn't be surprised if yeah, they want $250,000. I mean, this one's listed for 22.9, and this one's a driver. It's got 25K on it. This one's less. They probably want 300 for this one. Yeah, I mean, these prices are just really high, compared to what they were just 3 or 4 years ago. So I guess I'm very happy about that too. Checked on Renlist, and I didn't see any listed here. Usually you would see a handful, but there are. Sorry, that's my dog whining in his sleep in the back. It's okay, buddy. Yeah, these are just cup cars, which are, you know, they're race cars basically. You can't drive them around on the streets, so they're, you know, they're race car priced like race cars, you know, 60, 70 grand. Yeah, there's a $0 listing here. I don't know if this is real, but yeah, the supply for GT3s is definitely going down, and the prices are going up. The 996s have also really appreciated in price. I remember back in 2010, 2011, you could buy a 996 GT3 for maybe 75 grand for a pretty good one. And now they're over 6 figures. Like this one just sold a few days ago. It's got that classic 996 look, fixed wing, or that original fixed wing with the uprights. Looks really cool. not the best interior. I don't know if I'd want red all over my car, inside my car, but yeah, seems like these are going up as well, and they're definitely, there never were a lot of these cars to begin with, so as they start appreciating, I think some more might come onto the market as owners are looking to upgrade or just cash out their investment, which they've been waiting a while, so that's great. Yeah, this is a pretty clean car. Lots of options. Sold for $115,000, which is almost as much as I paid for my 997.2. So that's good. Prices are going up. On the international market, there are some listed, but they seem to be pretty well distributed around Europe. This is not scientific, but I'm just glancing at these flags. Looks like most are in Germany, a couple in France, some in Scandinavian countries. Wow, this is a crazy paint job. Let's see what this is all about. Is this a wrap? Nope, it's painted by French artist Richard Orlinski. Yep, that certainly is unique. Oh, cool. It's got like different color wheels too. That's kind of cool. Oh, maybe this was meant to be a rally car or something. This is a wild paint job. Pretty crazy. Whoa, €300,000 or 300,000 euros. Wow, that's crazy. Portugal. Business is booming in Portugal, I guess. Yeah. So these cars are just going up seemingly without limit. I thought I'd just make a quick video on it and share my thoughts on the matter. I mean, the 997s, they're really, they call them the last analog 911s, and I tend to agree with that. It's a very different feeling than stepping into a brand new 911. It's a lot smaller, and the front ends are a lot lighter. So it's a very different driving experience compared to a brand new car. It's more go-kart like, which is obviously what GT3 drivers want. It's what they desire. So yeah, I don't know. This market's getting crazy. Money printer go burr. Okay, that's all. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.